Welcome to the basics for doing distance healing. I'm going to walk you through how to do a session and all the different steps involved. You can either do it directly with me, or there will be handouts posted on the internet that will go through the process with you. So now we'll begin going through the process for how to do distance healing and how to do a distance healing session. The first thing you're going to need to do is to review how to draw the distance symbol, the Honsha-Zei Shonen. I don't care what version of the Honsha-Zei Shonen you're using, but you're welcome to look at the handouts that I've included in this lesson if you don't have a copy available to check. Over the course of the next few weeks, we'll introduce some shortcuts and some additional techniques, but for right now, I'm just going to go through the full session. First thing you want to do is prepare yourself. To prepare yourself for doing distance healing, you draw chokurays down the front of your body. Notice how I'm drawing them towards myself. And these put extra protection into your entire energy field. Many people just draw them on the chakras, so they would be the crown chakra, the brow chakra, the throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra. However, I think it's also useful to include a few extra places. You'll often see me draw a chokuray over the back, crown, third eye, the mouth. A lot of energy comes in and out the mouth, so I think it's worth putting an extra chokuray in that spot. Over the throat, over the heart, over the upper gut, or rib cage, also then the solar plexus, sacral, and root. I think this whole area is important to protect. Also, if you're somebody who tends to lose energy, you might even want to do a symbol over the knees, and actually do it over the knees and the feet. When you're doing distance healing, especially when you're beginning, the more energy you can put into your space, the better. So the first thing you do is you increase the energy both in your own body and in the space you're using. So you'll put a chokuray. The first symbol of chokuray will go in the palms. If you've taken the Reiki Master level, you also might want to put the Reiki Master symbol on your hands. So chokuray, putting the chokuray in your hand should about double the amount of energy you have to play with between your hands. Then what you're going to do is put chokurays down the front of your body. So first over the crown, third eye. Notice I'm drawing them towards me. I like to add one over the mouth, the throat, the heart, solar plexus, sacral, root chakra. You also may want to add one to the lower body to protect that. This both adds extra energy to your energy field, but it also helps protect you from picking up energy from the things you're sending distance healing to. So, your hands, yourself, then the four wall, ceiling, and floor. So you're going to want to draw the chokuray on the four wall, ceiling, and floor of your space. And that will create a nice little energy room for you to start doing your work in. So, the next thing you'll do is draw the Honsha-Zei Shonen. So take the Honsha-Zei Shonen and put it in front of you. Later on in the class I'll show you a shortcut, but for now I'm just going to have you draw that symbol. This symbol acts like a little space for you to be doing the healing in. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll imagine doing a series of people into the Honsha-Zei Shonen, and I'll actually take the people and I place them in and then pull them out again. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick a person to send distance healing to. I'm going to pick my husband Jeff. You can either also send some Reiki energy to Jeff, or you can pick your own person. First thing we're going to do is say his name 3 times. Jeff Walters, Jeff Walters, Jeff Walters. And then I'm going to actually imagine him. Now, what I usually do is imagine the people to be about the size of a Barbie doll. So I'm going to imagine him to be about this high. Now, if I wanted to, I can imagine him sleeping, or I can imagine him sitting in a chair. It's whatever seems to be natural for that position, for that person, and for you. So right now I'm going to imagine him standing about this high. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to scan. Some people are very good at this, some people it takes practice. The trick with scanning is to be patient. And so I'm going to go ahead and scan over my husband. And it's almost exactly like what you would do for a real person. You just kind of pass your hand back and forth, and you're looking for areas of unevenness in the air. I'm feeling a lot of heat over the belly, a little bit of heat over the head, and a little bit of heat lower down in the knees and the legs. Nothing serious, but I'm just noticing there's a difference. After a while, you can actually feel like your hands become desensitized. So you might even want to take your hand and put it away from what you're doing, and then slowly bring it back. And that will make it easier to feel. So some of the different sensations you might feel might be heat or cold or vibration. It can be all different with different people. So the first thing you do is you scan. When you complete the scanning, it gives you a sense of sort of what's going on with that person that day. You might even want to make a few notes on a sheet of paper about what you're discovering for that person, so you can later talk to them and talk about what it might mean for them. So after scanning, the next thing I'm going to have you do is clearing. What I want you to do is discover whether there's any energies that don't belong. And it's actually quite simple. And you can just say, are there any energies that don't belong? And ask any energies that don't belong to this person to kind of come into your hand, and you just kind of ease them out of the body. So once again, I'm imagining that person as being about 18 inches high, standing on my hand, and I'm just sort of going through and asking any dirt, any dust, any trash that they don't need to just drift off their body and leave. A lot of times we carry around other people's fears and other people's anxieties and just what we've picked up from them emotionally. And why bother healing that when it doesn't belong to the person you're working with anyways? And so if you can drift some of that out. Sometimes I'll get sensation of heat. I'm getting a little bit of heat over certain areas. A lot of times I won't feel anything. Mime and the ability to pretend are actually very helpful when you're doing this kind of work. The real way to check and see whether this made a difference is when you go through a scan. So now when I'm scanning, there's still some heat over the belly, but it's not as intense or as broad. And so I know that even though I didn't feel a lot when I was doing the clearing, there must have been something happening, or else I wouldn't have felt this change. Now, I'm doing this with a live person right now because I want you to be able to sense. Some people will actually be able to feel the energy from the video and feel what I'm doing on the video. Others of you may not. Don't worry about it. Sensitivity will also increase over time.